You can't imagine how much it irritates me. This is so fucking stupid. I love my job. I would never do anything else. It's something that drives me crazy. Oh, you got chest out like fucking pigeon. You call me an artist. Ooh, extravaganza to max. Look at it and you say, is it really beautiful or not? I think we were mentally and physically strong previously. Then you say, okay, Michelin stars, we always lose money, don't make money because well.
Hello everybody, welcome to Gwiazdką podcast. Very special episode today, first one ever to be recorded in English, and not for any reason, because today with us we have head chef of Michelin starred Nuta here, and also my boss, Szef Andrea Camastra. How are you doing, chef?
Yeah, I'm doing all right, thank you. Thanks for having me. I mean, I feel I'm the boss today. I feel I'm the boss here. Yeah, no, really great. I mean, it was like tough months in general, but yeah, bouncing back.
And no UFC this weekend to unwind.
No. As a matter of fact, no. Good because I have guests home, so that will not be possible to enjoy anyway. I'm taking a fight break.
Fight break.
Yeah.
Do you have any favorite fighters in the moment?
Quite few. I mean, I think John Jones, that'll be everyone's favorite. Topure starts to
grow on
starts to rolling and everybody's liking because he has that kind of diplomatic way of a trash talk, which doesn't even sound trash talk because when he says something happens, I mean, knocking out Charles at the first round. You know what I mean?
Yeah, at first you didn't like him when he trash talked Max Holloway, who's a legend.
Yeah, but there was not really a trash talk. He just said that he's going to meet him in the middle of the octagon. But yeah, this guy probably is the next John Jones' career. Probably. I was hearing this one yesterday. I had some interviews. Becoming a legend. If he's not already, 2 division champions in 2 years, knocking out 3 legends. So it's on the way, yeah.
Not bad.
Not bad. Yeah.
And you also used to be a professional athlete.
Yeah.
Do you see any similarities between professional kitchen and professional sports?
Yeah, I mean there is this kind of stubbornness and dedication and hard work, which, to be honest, I think it's in every profession. Sometimes it's more physical than others. Yeah, definitely. But probably the secret of reaching high points, it's hard work, the dedication and commitment. Learn the fact that if you really want it, there will be a time in your life that you'll have to totally dedicate everything. Your private life, professional life, becomes your private life either. But the point is not to do it for very long and try to squash it into a short amount of time. I think it's inevitable to get results. Maybe it's not the accurate assessment. Maybe like great results or the real deal, making it real.
That's what you did, but it's hard to call it a short time since you've been in the business over 30 years now, right?
35 to be accurate.
It's like 10 years more than I've been on this earth.
Yeah. Okay, let's say that. Okay, you could say you got a star and you're on the list of the best chefs in the world and everything else. So it is technically done. There are a few things which I feel I need to achieve before finishing it. But I started at the age of 10. That was like a life situation. I had to because my father passed away when I was 8 years old. So left a woman at 32 years old with four kids. That was like a life need, let's say, necessity. So the first probably 10 years, of course, they were enjoyable towards the end. But already at the age of 12, 13 years old, since I have half of my family is all very, very deep into it. They were, former chefs, bakers, hotel managers, and so on. By the age of 12, 13 years old, I understood that probably this is what I'm gonna do. So I rather than go and study a bit and then finish and just travel around the world. And yeah, so the past the past 20 years have been incredibly significant for me, and almost 14 of these past 20 that here in Poland. So says it all.
You started with acquiring many artisanal, traditional skills, right?
Yeah.
You work in a bakery.
Yeah.
And then you decided to switch into fine dining, right? To move into...
Yes. I mean, I've entered my first 2-star restaurant when I was 14, just out of curiosity, see how this thing works.
Where was it?
Italy, yeah. So, and then... I could, because, I was already 4 or 5 years into the conventional world, let's say, and then see something a bit more modern. I think it's in that time that I start to understand that those two worlds, they can actually collide together and fuse, be used for a good reason. And I think that's exactly what we're doing here. There's always a touch of modern for everything, because almost all the methods, all the usage and the methods behind the recipes are thought after, are modern. But then I consider very, very important in every dish having that like comfort food element, which in the end of the day is the one that makes you enjoy eating. Is the comfort food. I always say you put every chef in front of the rice, something really comfort, that one of their favorite food, and then put one of our bullshit in front of you, and then choose which one you want to eat. You always gonna go from to the comfort food side. So this is why I always make sure that this comfort food element is always present in anything that we're doing here.
And even those more refined elements, like let's say taco that you have right now, it's all built on very comforting ingredients and very humble ingredients, and still you manage to prepare them in a way that's very elegant, very
because
modern, right?
It's a third element. This is really important. Okay, good question, because that dish is exactly what makes it all. But then in front of you, you have a very pretty dish with a little fake bird, which is perfectly made. It's crispy and it's crunchy. And then you have this miseria salad that looks like a little bowl, green, garnished up. So
people don't know what to do with it.
Exactly. Most of the time comes back. Can I have another one? Pisses everybody off. You especially, probably. So this is like a third element that is added to it. I couldn't not, for example, serving only that. That would not match the standard of the fine dining restaurant we are into. So, but that's exactly, it's that side that, makes you making a choice whatever you want to do. You can take the whole presentation really pretty in front of you and put it inside and having like a normal taco, you can snack into it. But there is always this fuse between the very elegant, refined, because in that dish in front of you, there are so many things inside. Even this sauce that we can call the sauce, it's a long process of 2 days. So, and then you have the little pretty thing, you have the flour, the little bird, and then the beef is all rolled in a particular side, looking like a kebab, all this blah, 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 blah.
And then we also have a bread, which is really important to you.
The most important, probably.
And we have a huge bread course right now.
Yeah.
Containing 4 different breads and also this nuclear style.
Yeah.
Also this nuclear style mozzarella.
Yeah.
But also then the dishes come with the with the bread.
Yeah.
And this is something that basically stems from the beginning of your career, right?
Yeah, bread is something really important to me, first of all, because I started baking when I was a kid. The second is one of my 3 favorite ingredients. So bread, eggs, and cheese. I would say, not in any particular order, are the 3 things that I love the most eating myself. So I really care about bread. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 things we're serving.
Sourdough, semolino, polana, barkerol.
Without considering then the courses, by course you have some other breads coming on, panettone and so over. Yeah, it is 4 courses, a couple of butters, then there's this fake mozzarella, this consomme of tomato. I still believe I should increase to 5, 6 probably. Yeah, really, something that, but people love it. This is the discomfort part, because it's the perfect fusion, making a really good bread in my opinion, it's one of, if not the most difficult skill to acquire. I always say to people, I can teach you how to make a hot foam in a minute. To make proper bread, it takes years. Take years, or somebody that knows that knows how to do it, follows you step by step. Then it's mainly like it's the most intimate relationship between you and your job.
And it's a very valuable skill because basically people all over the world like bread, eat bread.
It's the most ancient skill, isn't it?
Might be.
It is.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
And especially here, we're in the land of bread. Actually, there's a long bread tradition in Poland, like grandmas in the rural areas.
She's a little lost, isn't it?
It's a little lost, but we are rediscovering it.
Very good.
I feel like even like the new the bread from artisanal places that come up. Even when I get my mom to taste it, she's like, okay, it's like back it's back like it tasted in 80s or something. So it's coming back.
Good news.
Yes,
because most of the bakeries that's around here, they do European standard breads, not local bread.
Mm-hmm.
Like sourdoughs, baguettes, and so over. But as long as we have something a really artisan, old-fashioned, traditional skills, because that's what is. It's very amusing to eat. It's very satisfying to eat. Bread will never die.
Yes, and actually, you told me once that most of the cooks either have a very traditional skill set or a very modern skill set.
Nowadays, yes.
And do you think it's probably very important to get both, right?
Here we go.
And how do you do it?
Here we go. So we are in a different world now. Obviously, that was 30, 40 years ago. It's very easy for the young generation to get flushed out by something extremely pretty, modern, and so over. I grown up in that era where was everything traditional, going through into the new movement of food when all these molecular gastronomists started out, all these modern things came out at first. So I had the chance to have a live transaction as well from one side to another side. So nowadays, yes, we have a different way of seeing things. But I always say that you cannot reproduce the future if you don't know the past first. And anyway, what is nice to see now, the more the time is passing, we are kind of coming back to this kind of naturality, if you want to call it this way, with touch of modern, in order to help you to understand better what you're doing practically, and then maybe because those artisan skills require a greatest amount of work, it's much harder than the modern stuff.
No shortcuts.
It's very physical. You can't, because things just won't happen, and you have to know exactly what to do. So it's a lot of work. So I remember when I was making, there was a period of time in a restaurant that was the saucier. So I was making sauces all day. So I was surrounded by mountains of bones and things to peel and vegetables to make, and big pots from bigger to smaller, from smaller to smaller, from smaller to smaller. It's a very, very, very laborious job, and you have to know exactly what to do. If you overdo it, it's going to become bitter. If you don't clean it up, it's going to be cloudy. It's not going to have this kind of shine. A lot of things that they are very, very, very physical, like making bread, perhaps. So that maybe this is why sometimes people don't there are tendencies of skipping it, because it's extremely laborious and time consuming.
But very, very rewarding. That's
the only thing that counts, really. I always say, treat modern gastronomy like accessorizes. When you're already ready to go out, you have got a suit and everything else. Well, gastronomy treated like a nice watch, a little ring or something. It cannot take over it. And for many years, a lot of people made this mistake. And inspectors, critics, okay, they will say the prayer, say, all right, okay, a couple of bunches of techniques in here, but there is nothing to eat really.
No
or
substance.
even worse, nothing to enjoy for real. Meaning that comfort food side.
Yes. And being in a business over 30 years, you had an opportunity to observe how it changes, how people change, and how do you reflect on this? Like, when you see a new cooks coming here today, like what's the difference in mentality, them versus the cooks that you met like 20 years ago in Michelin star restaurants?
Obviously, we were forged differently because that was a different time of the year, time of the world, let's say. I had said that a lot of people fucking hate me, but to be honest, who cares? I think we were mentally and physically strong previously. We really wanted it, and we knew what we were going through. But that wouldn't scare us, and we would just go through no matter how. And now I think that. I don't want to say wrong, but people get tired really easily. And even though, okay, for example, we work 5 days, we have lunch that is closed the restaurant, we still have to be here and prep. There were times that I was working 7 days a week, like mercilessly, like 15, 16, 17 hours a day for a couple of years straight. Or when sometimes we had like 6 days of work, was like, whoa, that's a day of holidays. I understand. Was it good that time like that? Certainly not. It was like too much of it. Is it good now from all the total opposite end? No, but at least from that end where we grown up into, we really made it. Modern gastronomy, he hasn't been invented to shortcut things. That's a way to understand processes. And I find that sometimes the new generation today, I think they need to give it a little bit more. I think that they have to understand as well what real passion means, because I'm convinced that most of people don't know really. It's even worse, they don't understand themselves, because if you can do the same thing for 20 years every day and enjoy it every day, that's when you have a real passion. If after a week or two you're already bored, then it is not. And you have to be aware of it.
You worked in some places that are notorious for their environments back in the days, at least.
Yeah.
France and Italy, they have very harsh environment. But you're saying that there's a method to this madness. Like it forged you into more resilient cook.
You get resilient. Your skin gets incredibly tough, and nothing really scratches you or puts you down. I always say, unfortunately, the first, I don't know, it depends how you see it. I don't have symptoms like pressure, panic, stress. I don't know those. Probably comes out from the fact that from the age of 10, I had to take a lot of responsibility. So I did not have a childhood, literally, because if you start to work at the age of 10, and then you're going to school, you're going to work, you don't really have a childhood. So when you take responsibility from such a young age, growing into a very, very tough reality, I'm from the south of Italy. I mean, we don't really have to go through. We all know, the whole world knows. So tough environment. So you get the sense of the niche that nothing really scratches you or stops you. Things went bad several times. You go down several times, but you bounce back instantaneously. Probably this is the reason why. So everybody's different, yeah.
Okay, so now the times changed, the environment is a little different. What are you looking for in a candidate for a cook for your restaurants? Goodwill,
and the most importantly, above everything else, I mean it, to work with a good person. Sometimes you've got some people which they have zero skills, zero knowledge, absolutely nothing, but they are a lovely human being. You get through them and teach them really quickly. At times you got somebody that he has a little bit of skills, very often they believe they have more than they actually are, because if you are a bit of an arrogant, then you will not understand that. And they are technically better today, but their attitude stinks, which means that at some point we will definitely stop, because you'll be your own problem, basically. When somebody is very easy to deal with as a human being into a personal level, then everything else it's easier. All I'm looking for is to be always in an environment where I can turn around and say freely, it's just a bunch of friends being here, having a good time, having a fun, listening to the music, prepping perfectly, enjoying the time together. Because the way I grew up in the kitchen is got nothing to do with it. You have to have a hat, you cannot have a phone, you leave the phone in your locker like it is in a lot of places still now. You give the restaurant telephone number to your loved ones in case something happens, they can always reach you. You can't talk, you can't speak, you stay there, quote, focus, quiet, see, silence, nobody moves, it becomes extremely formal. It's like you're working into some fucking factory, you go with a card and sign a card and getting it off. That was before. I actually hated it.
And this kind of environment that you just described...
It's not for me.
But it probably impairs creativity, right?
First of all, but from the other side, it teaches you discipline, extreme discipline. You know, we have to be extremely clean, and that's why every time you hear me say in the kitchen, I love when people say that I hate mess, I hate dirty things. Something that is one of the three things that disturbs the most. At that time, if you are not the main guy, let's say, or the sous chef, maybe you don't have any space to create or creativity, because it's not up to you. They will not even consider that. So, and I've learned lots of positive things, but lots of negative things too. And I always said to myself that I will open a restaurant, I absolutely don't want an ambient like I've experienced previously. But I would like to have the chance just to come in and having a smile and everybody is laughing and we are just a bunch of friends. Very often it happened previously that unfortunately some people do confuse that. They confuse the fact that you are super cool and you let everything, as long as obviously you have the quality, this is priority. Quality and discipline and well behaved and everything clean. Some people confuse that, okay, it's cool to, I can relax a bit and just being a bit of an idiot. And that's the time when you're forced to put things clear, Sometimes I just wish I didn't need to. So, but this comes to the main question you were making me. So dealing with the human being as a good guy that you don't need to tell him, hey, look, of course there's a freedom, you can do whatever you want. But if you start to behave like an idiot, I'll fucking grab you by the scruff of the fucking neck and I will throw you in the middle of the street. And then you will do whatever you want. You got a lot of freedom, but we have as well red lines too. And yes. This gets confused sometimes. Yeah.
So I
hope I was clear about it.
That was very clear. So any advice you'd like to give to young up-and-coming cooks looking for a career in the business?
Don't give up. Just keep on commit yourself, because if you start early, you just finish early. Find the person that you think is worth following. You can call it your chef, your boss, or whatever it is. I'm the chef and I'm the boss in general here. I'm even co-owner of the restaurant. But to me, it rarely feels like. And to be honest, it's a feeling that pleases me. I'm not a guy. I mean, it's something that I really like to come in here. I don't have to keep on repeating by maybe attitudes or something that there is a boss or there is a chef. We all know. When we all know there is a line not to cross, it's nice to come in here and feel part of the team. So as I said, you don't work for me. Nobody works for me here. We work with me and me with you. It's in the evening, I'm in front of the pass, running like a fucking rabbit. I don't really need to, because we are in 10, 11. I could stay there, calling checks and do nothing, like most of the chef would do. I need to get my hands dirty, at least during the service. Now I don't do a lot of prep because we are a lot of people in here. And second, somebody needs to think what to do next. But, on occasion, hey, we need to make some bread, we need to do something. Oh, happy days. Something that really excites me. Yeah, I'm happy like a little kid.
This is the part you enjoy the most.
Yeah.
You encourage the chill environment when we get to express ourselves.
Yeah.
As long as we perform, but I think anybody who's smart enough to know about you, know about your achievements, even though you're not very uptight, realizes they have to respect the order, respect you, basically.
When you respect somebody, is the guy that you don't need to tell him that he needs to respect you. That's the real one. If you have to tell somebody, then something is wrong. I have a reputation in here that my presences are quite intimidating, which is true. When I go somewhere else, I'm probably an intimidating person from the professional point of view, and that's exactly when you can get organically respected as a professional. Then you can like me personally. You don't have to like me personally. Hey, who gives a shit? But generally, I guess I'm a likable person. I don't know, but
yeah, definitely.
I mean, I don't go around annoying anybody. I swear a lot. I'm having fun. Yeah.
And you say you have a bit of reputation, and this comes from your previous restaurant, right? From Senses. Mm-hmm. As you say many times, the environment there was a little different.
The confusing things, when you slave. I'm a slave. That's exaggerated. I love my job. I would never do anything else. It's something that drives me crazy. I'm really into it. My whole life turns around this. There was a lot of those occasions when you work so hard for many years, and then you see the first idiot in there trying to screw up things very disrespectfully. What are you gonna do? You do what you're gonna do. Yeah, you tell him once, you tell him twice. Third time, you lose the fucking plot and whatever. So then
he belongs to the streets.
I can be either way. Yeah, a really lovable person, and generally, to be honest, I do help a lot of people professionally, privately. So I think one of my weakest points is it's my heart. I have a very soft heart. So I get touched to help somebody really quickly. So, but from the other side, that's
when's needed,
things can happen. Let's say.
And the Senses, basically, you could say, didn't survive the pandemics, right?
It did. I could reopen it easily, and I didn't have to work to the Senses had 1 million of hours. Stars, Gomeo, 50 best, the Discovery series. I could just reopen and keep on going. I just wanted to change environment as well, and just change place and do something different, fresher. Because this we didn't finish yet, like I sort of the decoration, but the other one was a very franchised, if there is a word. Very formal, and a bunch of the penguins outside with looking like all black and red. I wanted to do something a bit more fresh, vibrant, and probably as I'm getting older as a human being, you feel like coming back a bit, so makes yourself feel a little bit younger and fresher. I'm only 45 in the end, but probably this is why.
And I've never been to Senses, but from what I heard, it was much more molecular than here.
Extravaganza to maximum, but I had a plan, obviously, because we got the Michelin star as well after 13 months. I think even less was straight away a boom. I wanted to have an impact on the Michelin guide and its place very, very, very quickly. So, when you're very extravagant and you get to the eyes of the world very, very, very quickly. So I had a plan. That was totally planned. Still lots of classics, but things very often they were taken into to an extreme level. Yeah.
And if you were to reopen, let's say,
Yeah.
like, do you have any regrets? Any things you would do different today?
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely.
No, nothing. I don't regret nothing that I've done from the past 45 years. Never. I'm happy with things. Sometimes things that you are not supposed to be proud of, but it teaches you. Probably if it doesn't happen, you won't learn. So regret absolutely nothing.
That's actually something we didn't touch on. The achievements, the stars, the best chef, everything. Like, what's the importance of all this to you?
I have two different versions.
Let's go with both.
Okay, right. Shit. Because some of the things that I might say, they might get them in troubles. But right, it's always nice to achieve things. Yeah, likely I had this privilege to achieve all of those of the highest awards that you can possibly imagine. It's nice to have a name, be recognized. It's very satisfactory. Most of the time I was happier for the people in the restaurant with me working, because before I came to Poland, I've already, worked in loads of places, achieved stars with other chefs and everything else. So I knew exactly what's the feeling. I was happy for the other people. It's really important because solidifies your name as a high professional in the professional world. So it's really, really important. I'm extremely grateful to whoever decided to give us the awards. But from a personal point of view, I really don't care that much. Because probably you are meant to achieve things, first of all. If you're into something 35 years and you don't achieve nothing, then there is something, something
definitely.
If you're fucked up somewhere, because if you don't achieve nothing after 35 years that you do, probably you are in the wrong job. Yeah. To a personal level, I don't really care very much, because first of all, who judges you are people that they have much less knowledge and skills than you have. So you have to question how much it counts. Yeah. A second, you don't do it. I always say you never start any job and run behind hours. That's the most unhealthy way to do it. You enter something to try to be the best that you possibly can, and try which one is your limit, if there is any. Then, if you are that committed, that devoted to your job, inevitably you're gonna get hours. But if you do it for the hours, then what's your point of doing what you do? To please who? I think that the first person that I need to please is myself. I need to be happy, and it's not like a selfish thought, because consequentially, if I'm extremely pleased, it means that I'm doing well. As a reflection, everybody else will get benefits out of it.
And what about the guests?
Yeah.
You think
Very
about
important.
your satisfaction first, and then you know that if you're satisfied, the guests will be as well?
I'm sure about it automatically, yes. Because if you do something, you're really convinced and you know that this is the right thing to put in this plate, I know they're gonna like it. Obviously, if you don't like that ingredient, but still, occasionally, there are people that like on Saturday night. I don't eat sweets, generally. Me too. I don't eat sugar. I don't like sugary things. But this, I really loved it, and it was one of my favorite dish of the evening. It happens really often. I don't like foie gras, but this was amazing. Probably they prepare that for you in a way that you don't like it. So I think that it's sure that if you're happy, you're sure what you're doing, everybody's enjoying it. As a reflection, they will like it, because as well, very often I'm going to talk to people, and everybody says, we see this little ballet in the night, and everybody looks like he's having a fantastic time, and everything is quiet. There's no one table that doesn't tell me how beautiful is the ballet in the night, that how we're moving, we are serving, and everybody's involved into it. They feel the energy. And it's really important. Sometimes people are like, the energy, whatever. No, people can actually feel it. If you put it in a plate in a certain way, there is that level of love and care that they will actually feel it. They will see because everything is opening here.
Yes.
So
Do you get any negative interactions sometimes?
Oh yeah, but I mean, as I said, there is always the idiot of the night of the week, let's say.
You mean like people trying to teach you something? They try and tell you what you could do better about the play?
Sometimes, no, teaching probably not, but they wouldn't dare. But sometimes you encounter some very arrogant individuals that they might want to appear with the rest of the table or something, while we are really a bunch of cool guys in here. I'm talking about the whole rest, even there on the floor. We are a bunch of cool. We are extremely humble towards people. People love the service in here because it's so unmechanic, robotic, and everything else. The same thing that when we have to employ people to work on the floor, we don't need to see your CV or your previous experiences. We just need to talk to you and see if you are a cool guy and a nice human being. You're gonna be naturally pleasant on the table, and people really like that. They do feel this.
Helps them relax, right? Because it's for many people it's a big event, right? Like come to Michelin
it's a big deal, especially here.
Yeah, and then they see a waiter that's kind of cool approaching them in a natural way.
Part of the experience.
Yes.
You sit down and say, "Oh, you know what? That's cool. Maybe I'm in a world-class restaurant and I'll see a lot of fancy things in here, but I feel extremely comfortable." Why in that time when I was working in some of the restaurants, I'm not going to make the names because they are friends. It's like you have 10 people around you rolling at all time. There's no music. You have to be extremely quiet. It's like we are doing you a favor to give a table in here. Hey, yo, I'm fucking paying you. You know what I mean?
It's a bit like the thing about food, right? We get the modern stuff more refined and comforty, and it's same with the vibe. Like it's a
cracker,
restaurant here, right?
Basically. Yeah,
it's a cracker.
It's a cracker. Yeah, look, I wanted to have a place that reflects me as a person. The person that I am an ultra refined bad boy. That's exactly what it is. And I wanted the place to reflect, bad boy in the way, you know what I'm trying to say. And I wanted exactly the place that reflects me in the way that we are in a very high refinement situation, ambient environment, however you want to put it. If you put the whole thing together, the food and thing. But it's a relaxing thing. I mean, if you want to have a joke, you want to laugh a little bit loud, go for it, because that's what you're here for. If you want to have some fantastic food, plenty places around. When you're coming here, you're already looking for something different. You want to have amazing food, but you want to have a life experience as well. So all of those attitudes of ours, the way it's served, the way we act, the way it makes this experience full. As a matter of fact, I had a comment from a lady. We cannot mention her name. We know that she was saying that it's that the experience in here is literally one of a kind, because you don't expect any of it, even in the way sometimes, because I don't talk about this stuff very often. Actually, I don't talk about this stuff never in here. But the way I ask them to write menus, they tell you something, and then you receive totally something else according to the taste of what is written, but you don't expect that form and that way. And this, dish after dish, thing after thing, it's a self-mind manipulation. It means that I do on purpose because I know more or less how the brain works, and we're gonna keep self-entertained. That's all premeditated. And it is part of the experience, even from the way the menu is written. But then, after the first 4 or 5 things comes, you read something, you say, okay, right, what is it going to be then? And that's where self-consciously, you start to kick in this thing that keeps you entertaining, you don't even know. And that lady realized it. So there are lots of little details, you can call them, surrounding the menu making, what I should put in, what I should put, how it should be written, the way they should supposed to be served. As always, a logic. I don't explain it because it takes really long time, and it's not the time for people to understand how my head works now. But everything, it's always planned.
It's a bit like movies or theater or shows, just repressing expectations, right? Like you get something completely different than you expected, and
yes,
gives the edge of the nuance, right?
Yeah, but then you recognize exactly that thing that was written in there. And
yes,
obviously, you
taste-wise,
you cannot write meat and serving fish. But after you finish, okay, I didn't expect that. This is it. But at the end of the day, it is. So it tastes like in the end. All right, got it. Yeah. So if you say, it's like you wanna go out with a girl, and on the first day everything happens. That leaves something to the imagination. Yeah. You know what I mean. So voila. So
going a little bit off the grid, let's say. About this refinement, because I feel like at least many of the restaurants now, they, when it comes to garnish, they focus a lot on the flowers and the flowery part of the dish. So what's your take on this?
Well, we are living in a silicon world, because everything gets stuffed into 3D printers or 3D printers or silicon stuff, and then you have the mold and everything else, and then you're standing there 1 hour, one idiot with the tongue in the thing, standing 3 hours to put every single flower in place and anything else. You can't imagine how much it irritates me. This is so fucking stupid. Okay? Because, first of all, I don't know, ask Leonardo da Vinci. The classic example. They painted the fucking Mona Lisa with his hands. It was not a temple or a silicon thing. Voila! It's ready. No, first of all, because we like to be called artists. Oh, we chest out like fucking pigeon. They call me an artist. Ooh. But then you get a million of flowers, which Mother Nature makes it for you, and a silicon mold that a million companies does. So, which part of this you could consider an artist? Because I don't fucking understand that. So, and then once you get the food on the plate, all those compounds of flavor, they are as well. They're called the volatiles. Volatiles because they fly high. Yeah. So those molecules they will fly high until they are warmish. So they will go under your nose, and you can smell the food as much as you eat it. And the nose, it's almost over 80% responsible of your palate perception. So if you have something in front of you that you have to serve, for me, even 30 seconds after, I start to sweat. I start to feel nervous because it needs to go in front of the guy or the girl, whoever on the table. It's not supposed to stay here in front of you and 3 hours putting a bunch of flowers in there. The food is the decoration for the plate. Of course, we put flowers here and there, but you see how many times they just get a bunch. It looks even more artistic, and they put it in one place only. It does this bouquet effect. But if you stay 2 hours, it's in there. Nobody gets benefit out of the food. Second, you waste the whole fucking day doing something that has half of the fragrance that you want the people to taste. That's why I say when a plate is out, it needs to go really quickly out. And there was times I was working in a place where I cannot make names of the restaurant, guys, because it is, but who knows. I've seen 3 people getting razor clams, razor clams, cover, shocked open 6 hours before serving them, then slice them in perfect diamond shape, so that during the service, 3 people, standing one by one to make a perfect crown straight around these razor clams. So, first of all, 3 people, fucking why? First of all. Second, this is something that needs to be shocked and eat instantaneously. By doing all of this, that was a 3-star restaurant, a 3 Michelin star. All these processes, you lost all the texture of it, all this like a flavored seawater marine taste to make it pretty. there will be 1 million ways to take that as a client shocked to order, put the plate into even a more pretty way. It will look much more natural. But this requires a good hand and an artistic eye. That's experience. You don't have to have an artistic eye, we are all different in here. So, but the whole process going through, not only it's pointless because there will not be any fragrance to this food. It will be shaped in the way that he doesn't want to, because in small pieces this texture is completely lost, and you need 3 people standing in there and making it.
Yeah.
Then you say, okay, Michelin stars, we always lose money, don't make money because well, make yourself a question, give yourself a fucking answer. If you need 3 people for one dish, you need a brigade of 60 people to serve the food. And then when things start to come, most of them are stages, so they're not paid. And then you have the world, they're using us. We need the psychologist and everything else. It's all fucked up at times. But now, hopefully, everything is coming back to order. It's coming back the way it's supposed to be. Nobody asks you to slave 24 hours a day, but don't think that by working 2 days, 2 day in and 2 days out, things are gonna happen. They're not gonna happen. If you don't put a lot of dedication to it, nobody's going to give it to you. Right?
So right. But it's basically sacrificing the essence of the dish and everything around for a form, just because you imagine it as to look the way you describe it.
But then you look at it and you say, is it really beautiful or not?
Is it worth it?
That's the thing. If it's all worth it, then maybe you will think about me, I would never. But maybe somebody can think about if you have a logic behind it, explain it, and if it is logic, let it be. But then you see, you look at it, is it beautiful or is it very artificial? This is the thing. To me, very often the presentation of things are very artificial. There's a million of the silicone molds and people think that that's the way to go. But no, at the highest level, who uses the stuff, they understand how, and it's not in every plate. You don't have to have a shape or something, or less you can make it natural. You don't have to mold everything. There's this molding mania, and this
is the opposite of what they do here, right? Basically, like the hot dishes never come out of the mold. I remember
don't work this way.
When the new menu came in April, there was this quail with 3 sauces, and the plate basically looked like a modern painting.
Yeah.
Like,
but you'll have to do it handy, all with a spoon.
Yeah.
But this is where you really separate the man from the boy. You know what I mean? When I give you a spoon, I give you a sauce. Okay, you don't have to do because it's impossible. This I cannot take your hand and teach you how to do it. Maybe what I'm doing is it's terribly wrong. Okay, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying maybe what I'm doing is it's wrong, but at least it's natural. So I cannot teach you that, but some people, they have a better predisposition with their hands to do this kind of jobs, and it's in my commitment and my responsibility to track,
who's who,
detect who's who can do something better than others. And then as a practice, because at least it's natural. You come to, okay, all right. As I'm saying, we all like when they call us artists, and then we just fall like these stupid things like molding and shaping of everything. The flour, it's nice. Very often, you see very often we use this herb salad, this mixed salads of herb salads, because it's better to cook with the herbs and then garnish with. Eat them; they are delicious. They are not there for garnishing plates. They have to be another ingredient. That's why in this tacos are full of it, because it gives a lot of freshness and a multi-dimensional flavor, because the mix of them, something is sweeter, something more acid, something is floral, something is herb. So when you get this thing together, it gets really complex. So I prefer to cook with herbs and then garnish with. There will be always something, but the world requires it.
The world requires it.
Yeah.
And actually, I wanted to talk to you a little bit also about basically your choice to settle here, because it's been a while, 15 years, and you basically took a big leap of faith opening a restaurant here, and you never romanticized with the idea of coming back to Italy, for example, doing the same thing but there?
No, to be honest.
Why is that? Poland felt so special to you?
I felt I don't know, very. I mean, well, okay. So I mean, I come from probably one of the most beautiful places in the world, for sure, the most historical, definitely. I love to go in Italy on holidays, and my ultimate dream would be to spend like probably 3-4 months in Italy and the rest in here. I don't know. I felt really comfortable here from day one. I felt safe, comfortable. It's a nice place. People, they really care about their cities, and they keep it nicely. And to be honest, I don't know. Some of the best things that happened in my life happening here. So I'm very emotionally attached to this place. I love to live in here.
And what about the mentality? Because I don't know. I don't want you to take it the wrong way, but like I met quite a few Italians, my friends, and
can't wait for this one.
No, I realized like all of the Italians, they are really in love with Italy, like really to the point that they were telling me the movies are better with Italian dubbing than originals in English, right? And on the other hand, people in Poland are like the underdogs. Like we like to talk down about our country, we like to complain and stuff. So this must be quite of a contrast, right? If you agree with what I said about Italians, of course.
Yeah, 100%. Probably because I got to know the world from a very young age. Okay, I traveled a lot, and I think that everyone has something to offer, and the whole world is all beautiful. It depends how it suits. As I said, don't get me wrong. I really come from one of, if not the most historical and beautiful place on earth. It's true, because Italy is in the mouth of everybody. Okay. They even made the fucking movies. Everybody wants to be Italian. Okay, they are not wrong in some places, because our places are really special. But it's one small part of the entire planet. Okay, there is this thing that let's say that the whole world instigates that, because the most loved and famous food in the world is Italian food. When we talk about fashion and cars and wine and culture and history and artists, we always end up in Italy. So it is true, but we are as well teased about it with something that it's real. But then there are some extremists, let's say, that there is just Italy and nothing else matter. Like everything in life, if you do one thing only becomes boring. And mentality in here, look, they love Italians in here, like they love it all over the world. Even though I'm literally consider myself 50-50, if not 51-49 in favor. So very often, yeah. Then I'm in a different position as well, because I don't want to sound arrogant, but I'm pretty famous in here, so you always get a bit of a better treatment. But not only here; that's everywhere. So I have, some of the most amusing people I know are Polish. I want to say, we don't laugh very much. We have it all inside. It's bullshit. You just need longer time to express it, but once it comes out, it's nice. It's very nice. I get along with people here very well. Sometimes I struggle to get along with people in Italy when I'm in Italy, because I think that we give this strong importance to appearance in Italy. You always have to appear in some form. So the car that you drive is extremely important. The clothes that you wear are extremely important. You know what I mean? I don't want to say like female attitude towards men at times, but this is exactly what it is. And at times I don't get along with this mentality, probably because I left so early. I find that here things are cooler. You can relax more. You don't need to appear that much.
You can be yourself more?
You can be yourself more probably. Yeah. That said, I love, because it seems like I'm slamming the whole country. No, I love Italy. It's a special place. I would love to be not only 2-3 weeks a year, 3-4 weeks a year, but for 3, 4, 5 months. It's a really amazing place. Not for nothing. It's the most touristic country in the world. Yeah, and everybody goes there. Jeff Bezos now married in Venice. Trump, they all come to Italy to make this grand event. Coming to Italy is something. It's like an event, let's say. And it's true because it's an amazing country. But I wish things were a little bit better at the back of the house. Voila.
Okay. Okay. So the last question I have for you is something I ask everybody. If you were to choose your last meal ever, what would it?
I don't have the answer, mate, on that. I mean. I'm really a person that likes everything. I like every cuisine in the world, and in every cuisine I have something that drives me crazy. But if it really had to be the very, very, very last, that would be the best piece of bread possible with the best piece of cheese ever and a glass of wine. Yes, that's it.
It sounds nice.
If in the side there is like a fried egg with a little bit of truffle, happy fucking days. But that's a luxurious extra to have next to. But with a nice piece of bread, a piece of cheese, and a glass of wine, makes my day. Amazing. Isn't it?
Yes, of course.
I know. Maybe some people can say, foie gras, we do, croquembouche, blah, 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 blah. It's just bullshit,
Actually, whoever I ask, even if we talk about this fine dining and more refined cuisines, they always come up with something comforting, like you did. Like Philip came up with kebab,
I'm not surprised. That could well be me as well. As I gave this answer, but yeah, that's as I was saying before. You have to be fancy when you do what you do. At the level that you do, you'll have to be fancy. But if you're smart enough to understand that the comfort food is the one that everybody wants and the one that keeps you always busy, it could still be one of a lifetime experience, even though you sit down and say, hey, might be once in a lifetime, was extremely modern, but fuck me, it tastes nice. It's good food. I'm not coming there only to have magic, but at the end of the day, I'm eating it. This thing is great. You know what I mean? There is always a way. It's really, really difficult to do though. Very, very, very difficult. If it would be your last meal, which one would be? There you go. From the interview to the interviewer.
That's a surprise.
Exactly. I didn't know that. It was supposed to come the uppercut.
I think the pizza would be the answer, because I went, I think, quite deep into the topic of pizza, and it basically became my love. So
that would be my second choice. If you would ask me, if not that, what? That would be pizza. I'm an extreme pizza lover. For me, pizza could be breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I adore pizza in every form and every shape and something.
Okay.
Cool.
Thank you for the conversation.
Thank you for having me.
And if you want to invite our listeners to Nuta, or maybe tell something about the future plans. If you get chance to book, because we're always full, you should come over. Because what we're doing, we are fusing me and you together, and sometimes Bruce Lee appears. So Italian, Poland, and Asian. So I think make it. Give yourself this privilege. Thank you.
No arrogance.